Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Gold and silver show their resolve. They end the week strengthened. Let's explore. Indeed, we are seeing precious metals start to finally react in a positive direction here, where they have been kind of lamenting the down prices below $24 an ounce for silver and below $1,800 an ounce for gold, whereas today the precious metals have ended up higher. In fact, gold is up over 1.3%. Up $24.40 to $1,817.20 for the ask price. Silver is up almost 1.5%, up 35 cents to $24.21 for the ask price. In fact, all of the metals are up. It's green across the board. The platinum group metals are up fairly substantially as well. Although platinum's rise is the weakest among all of the metals, the gold to silver ratio right now is at 75.33. What does this mean? What's going on behind this rise, and why is it reacting right now up high? Because we've seen gold futures on Friday mark their highest settlement since early September, as U.S. Treasury yields have declined, and we're referencing an article from MarketWatch, in the wake of a better than expected rise in October U.S. non-farm payrolls. So you would think with higher employment numbers that perhaps we would see gold and silver fall, but of course that's not the case. There's other factors that come into play as well too, and it all kind of ties back to the dollar index. In reality, that is kind of the major marker, but there's a lot of things that affect that dollar index, which in turns will affect gold. And part of that could be here that this jobs report does not change the message that the Federal Reserve sent this week, that they will not commit. They're not going to commit to a rate hike in 2022. And this is why real yields are finishing the week lower. And by the way, that's a concern with inflation. Even though they have promised tapering to come, that still is not going to have that much of effect, at least in terms of what's already been done, the damage that's already been done with tapering, or with the quantitative easing that they've done. The gushing out of dollars, for sure, have caused it. And so, real yields are finishing the week lower. This is from Edward Moya, a senior market analyst at Oanda. A fall in Treasury yields lowers the opportunity cost of holding non-yielding assets, and that supported prices for gold. Risk appetite is too strong for gold to have a sustained move above $1,800, but it should see that level as strong support going forward, said Moy. And we're already there. It's above it right now. But the December gold futures rose $23.30, or 1.3%, to settle at $1,816.80 an ounce. The highest, most active contract finish since the 3rd of September, FactSet data show. For this week, prices based on the most active contract rose about 1.8%. And so people are still concerned about inflation. And inflation rearing its ugly head will continue to be a problem, whether or not they label it transitory or not. That word is so overused, and I think even the Fed themselves are kind of annoyed that they have used it to mark inflation. That people were poking fun of it pretty much since the inception of utilizing that language. Really, it's the hubris of the Fed to think that they can have to be able to weigh all this in and rein it in. In reality, it's the free markets, and it's about the lowering the amount of dollars that are printed or managing it. But the thing is when you print too many of them out there and they're out there, it's hard to manage it. And yes, any of these notes that are taken back into the banking system can certainly be thrown out, but what does that do? I don't know. To me, it just seems like smoke and mirrors, especially when there's this talk of utilizing a platinum coin That's right. Literally, you've heard me talk about it on this channel, where they can take, in a matter of days, this coin with the year 2021 on it, and all they would have to change is the denomination on the back. In fact, in this case, you've heard me talk about that they could literally take it and make it $100 trillion if they so wish. If they're going to go big, you might as well go really big and pay everything off. But even the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, has dismissed this idea as a possibility. But that's the kind of world we live in, that these are seriously being offered as a potential solution. And so that's why, folks, that gold and silver have proven themselves and retain the most stable of all the asset classes out there. And that's really what they're about. It's about stability, economic stability in an unstable world, in an insane world, an insane and unstable world. These are sanity metals, sanity money. And in fact, we know that gold and silver being transacted throughout history, for most of history, it's really only recently that they've not been. But nonetheless, central banks continue to hold, especially gold. In fact, gold has been labeled a Tier 1 asset by the Bank of International Settlements, which is a central bank of central bankers. And so therefore, in seeing it as being traded, it's traded in the paper markets. It's utilized in all different kinds of applications. Silver even more so utilized in all different applications, which is interesting because both these metals have a dual nature as commodities, industrial with industrial applications, as well as monetary applications. But nonetheless, we know that gold and silver's value essentially remains constant through time, and we're seeing it strengthen up, firm up their positions as safe haven assets at the very end of this week. And so this should encourage folks out there who have been discouraged for a while to see some positive activity in the metals. Although if you are in a mode of being able to purchase metals, well, it's a little bit discouraging because you're going to be paying more for your gold and silver these days. But that's okay, because I believe that in the long run, we're going to see these prices kind of normalize, and the range is going to kind of fall in terms of the amount that it will fall in the near future. In other words, I believe we'll see new floors, new resistance levels for gold and silver, perhaps moving on out. We did see it flirt with $22 for a brief moment in time, and most people thought, hey, it's going to go down even lower than that. Now we've kind of moved beyond that. Does not mean it's not a possibility, especially given my bullish account for silver. I posted a video recently saying that I'm bullish on silver. Obviously I am on gold too. But gold is a metal that is not that far from its all-time highs, about $200, which is not that much when you think about the grand scheme of things and sort of the percentage movement in price, whereas silver is much more volatile. And its volatility is something that means that there is potential for it to really increase in price. I do feel it's undervalued. But we've talked about why the price of silver is low. But also, there is a chance that its risk assessment is higher than gold, and it could fall more than gold. But there you have it. Precious metals continue to do what they do, and they are reacting as we end the week out. And for those of you who may not be familiar, I do live streams 3 times a week, but it's the Sunday night Market Watch live stream where we literally watch the markets as they open up in Hong Kong, and we'll see if the metals will continue their upward momentum when the markets open in Hong Kong on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you will join me there. Nonetheless, I hope you found this video insightful. For the market report here for today, I do this every so often, and I talk about other subjects as well on this channel. And I hope you will continue being a daily watcher of my videos, because even if it's something that may not catch your eye in terms of the title, you may find it an interesting subject, because I do like to be diversified in the world of precious metals. I talk about precious metal crimes, found precious metal treasure, showcasing different gold and silver bullion coins, talking about gold and silver in unique and unusual ways, and scientific facts about gold and silver, and fascinating all kinds of different subjects with regards to precious metals, and not just gold and silver, other metals as well. Sometimes base metals, sometimes even some exotic metals. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch. And I want to encourage you to please rate this video. That means thumb it up. Yes, indeed. Gently press that thumbs up button. If I could get one thumb up for every view, boy, that would be amazing. Share this video among other platforms. Would very much appreciate it. It does help with the channel. It helps with the growth of the channel. And I am actively trying to grow the channel. And comment on the video as well. And subscribe if you haven't done so already.